Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the second game of this TFA playoff doubleheader. We start out tonight with the Louisville Piranhas versus the Tennessee Fury. The Fury look like they are ready for kickoff, bringing their 5 main captains and then lining up the rest of the team behind them. The Piranhas, if that has any mental effect to start off of, I think it's kind of a nod to the Bulldogs doing that at the first game of the MTFL in their inaugural season. So let's see what kind of message that sends. The Piranhas send out Mike Sowell, Joe Elder, Ryan Molding, and Chris Curry are heading out. Just a quick recap. The Piranhas are 3-4. Started the season off 2-0 after a 6-0 win versus the Raiders and a 12-6 win against the Wolfpack. They then went on a 4-game skid, losing to the Chaos, Bulldogs, Fury, and Rattlers before finishing the season with the win against the Airborne, 14-8 and 4 overtimes. The Fury are 3-4 as well. Started the season 1-0 with a win against the Rattlers. Lost a shootout to the Chaos. Lost another game to the Wolfpack before getting corrected against the Piranhas, beating the Airborne 12-0 before being held scoreless against the Bulldogs and losing a close one to the Raiders. I don't know. And we are, looks like the Fury may have won the coin toss. They are. Fury have won the coin toss. The Piranhas will be receiving. The Louisville Piranhas looking a little bit underhanded this evening. Let's see how the numbers take effect. The Fury are very emotional and ready to get this game going and displaying early. The Piranhas are set to return. They have Daz Morris set back deep, as well as number 3. The Fury set to kick off. Looks like Austin Jones set to kick off for tonight's game. The winner of this will be back next week to play the Dixon Chaos. One of the Piranhas returners is calling for the ball. As the rain starts to pick up a little bit, the crowd may have thinned out, but the games are still going to go. A somewhat short kick. Daz comes up, fields it nicely, rotates to the right, makes a man miss, picks up a little bit, tries to get a good angle, steps back a little bit, and will be ran out of bounds at about the 30-yard line. Time to see what the Louisville Piranhas offense will look like. They've rotated in and out of quarterbacks a little bit. Started the season with Brandon Corker. Made a short change to Michael Thomas at the end of the Bulldogs game, and it carried over for a game or two, but I believe he somewhat got injured. Looks like starting this game will be Brandon Corker, number 2. Looks like you have D'Angelo Thomas at running back. He's a running back out of Louisville in his 3rd year of semi-pro football. The Fury is set to counter anything that you see on this offense. Chris Curry entering as an offense, so it looks like they are going down deep to see what this looks like. It looks like they have Chris Rasta Curry in at tight end. Under center, Corker. Looks like it's a handoff to D'Lo. D'Angelo Thomas will be brought down for a minimal gain, and the Fury are very excited about an early play. Looks like that will be a tackle by Rice. Piranhas breaking the huddle. Sends 2 receivers to the left side, 2 to the right. Looks like going into a pistol or spread look. D'Angelo Thomas still in the backfield. Brandon Corker scanning the field. Ball snapped. Looks like it'll be another handoff. D'Angelo Thomas for another short gain of about 2 or 3 will bring up a 3rd down. Actually, looks like it may not have been a gain at all. Louisville Piranhas set up and another spread. Looking at 3rd and 8. 2 receivers to each side once again. Corker scanning the field. Thomas in the backfield. Ball snapped. Corker drops back. Looks to the right. Will hit on the out route. Oh, almost picked off by number 18. That could have been a game changer. Brings up 4th down. 10. And that brings up a 4th and 8. Piranha set to punt. Looks like Daz Morris back to a punt. And the Fury have 1 back, set deep to return this. Daz fields the snap. And as a punt is a high punt, fairly short. Let's see where it lands. It will bounce, has a nice little bounce, and continue to roll a little bit. And will roll onto the other side of the field. And it looks like the Fury will start this drive on about the 48-yard line. This will be the interesting matchup as we enter a little over 10 minutes left in the first quarter. The Fury have a very strong offense, and the Piranhas are heavily known for their defense. Let's see which one gives. I would be very surprised if we've seen as high scoring of a game as we saw in the previous one. But I've been wrong before. I predicted overtime last time, and we were wrong. 1st and 10 for the Fury. Fury come out with, looks like 2 back. 1 receiver to the right. Quarterback for the Fury take a snap. It's a high snap. Bounces off his hands. He is able to, he misses. Does the Piranhas come up with it? It looks like the Piranhas do. Jump shot by Mike Scott, and that will be the Piranhas ball after a high snap. It looks like there may have been a change for the Fury's quarterback, so I don't know what exactly occurred there. But we'll see if that's going to be a factor all game or if that's something they can get straightened out. Michael Leonard is their previous quarterback. I did not see him on that play, so that's something to keep an eye on as we advance. The Piranhas ready and set for their first play. Corker with a handoff to Thomas. Thomas stumbles for about a gain of 3. And that will bring up 2nd and 7. The Piranhas are currently sitting at about the 30 or the 27-yard line. 2nd and 7. Thomas still in the backfield. Corker sitting ready to take the snap. 2 receivers to each side. Corker with a snap. Another handoff to Thomas. Thomas makes a truck some man, and he keeps going, but is that finally cut down? And that was a low cut. Looks like that won't be enough for the first down. Brings up about a 3rd and 2, but still a solid run. Thomas seems to be coming off on his own, so I don't know if that. I don't think that hit had any impact health-wise. Another running back comes in. I believe that might be Rico Neal. Corker with a handoff, and he is brought down quick in the backfield. Clock ticks under 9 minutes. Brings up a 4th and about 5. Definitely something I would consider seeing Corker put the ball in the air. Corker is also very elusive on his feet as well, so just because he drops back to pass isn't guaranteed that it will be a pass. Wouldn't also be surprised, wouldn't rule out a handoff to Thomas either. Approached 8.5 minutes. The Piranhas on their 2nd possession of the game. Corker scans the field. 2 receivers to each side. Ball snap. He drops back to pass. Gets a little pressure. Has some time. Steps up like we thought he might. Oh, a key block by the running back. And Corker is able to pick up a first down. About a gain of 10. We hit 8 minutes in the first quarter. That'd be, like I said, a first down. Brandon Corker. 2 receivers each side. Two receivers to each side. Corker still quarterback. Looks like Thomas at running back. Ball snapped. Handoff to Thomas. Makes a step in the back, but is brought down. But he is not brought down and makes something out of nothing. A gain of about 3. Just like I was talking about in the Raiders game, that may not have been the biggest run, but that is a hard man to tackle, and that is not something I think you want to do for about 48 minutes. And it looks like we may have an injury on the field. Hope he is okay. So it looks like Sidney Williams is the injured Fury. I hope everything is okay. He gets helped off the field. 7 minutes and 15 seconds left in the first quarter. We're looking at about a 2nd and 10. Ball on, I would say, the 13. 2 receivers each side. 2 receivers each side. Corker and Thomas in the backfield. Actually, 3 receivers to the left. Looks like we have trips. 1 single receiver to the right. Corker scans the field. Looks like the receiver to the right might have some one-on-one coverage. See if he can take advantage of it. Corker is not looking that way. He finally does. Makes a couple guys miss. Picks up about 5 yards and slides forward. Actually, wouldn't quite say maybe not 5. But there is a flag on the play. So let's hold up the flag before we... The refs are discussing this and going to sort this out. We're at 6:40 in the first quarter. Score still 0-0. And the ref is waving off that flag. It looks like it will be about 3rd and 6. Looks like we have 3 receivers to the right, 1 receiver to the left. Corker scans the field. Thomas in the backfield. Ball snapped. Handoff to Thomas. He is chased down, but not going down easily and finally dragged down after about a gain of 1 or 2. I have to say I do agree with the Piranhas offense currently. It has not been the most explosive as of right now, but as you continue to run the ball with Thomas, that's going to be a tough man for that front forward to continue to tackle all through the night. So let's see if they can take advantage of it, stick with it, or do you kind of get lost in the passing game, throw some interceptions, and find yourself losing? Here we are in 4th. It's 4th and 5. 3 receivers to the right. Nope, 2 to each side. Handoff again to Thomas. Thomas trucking through. Looks like he may have gotten the first down as a Fury player loses a helmet. And that will be a first down for the Piranhas, and it is 1st and goal. Now I'm actually trying to exactly figure out what is going on. Maybe it appears that they may be measuring it. I apologize for any inaccuracies provided. It's a tough angle to see, but it does appear as if they are measuring to see if the Piranhas will be on 1st and goal or if the Fury will take over with their backs to the wall. They're prepared to stretch it out, and it looks like it's 1st down Piranhas. That was a very strong run by Thomas to pick up that 1st down on about 4th and 5. 5.5 remaining in the 1st. The Piranhas getting back to the line. Corker at running back. Looks like they may have made a change with number 4 at running back. 2 receivers. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Ball snapped up the middle. He's quick, but he is taken down by a gain of Fury. That is a mean tackle by that front group. Brings up 2nd and goal. Once again, it would really help either of these teams if they had a kicker and special teams. Looks like we got a timeout, Piranhas. The Louisville Piranhas have made the trip down from Louisville, Kentucky. They are their 1st year as an organization and their 1st season in the Tennessee Football Alliance. They will be both these teams will be playing summer ball. The Louisville Piranhas will be playing in the Blue Collar Football League, and the Tennessee Fury will be playing in the Mid-South Football Alliance, or known as the MSFA. A lot of you may know that from the team that the Bulldogs were a part of and went undefeated and won last year. We are just under 5 minutes in the first quarter. Looks about a 1st and goal or 2nd and goal from about the 8. it'll be interesting to see if the Piranhas continue to try to pound the ball in, or if they put the ball in the air, or if Corker can find his way in, which he has done several times this season. Looks like they have come in with a fullback set. I believe that's Austin Green. Corker under center, I formation. 2 receivers to each side. It looks like that might be a free play. Oh, the running back has continued to make some tackles and is brought down after about a gain of 4. The Piranhas setting back up. They're showing it's 2nd down. Piranhas back in the I formation once again. A receiver to each side. Looks like it's a fullback dive to Austin. Looks like they forced the fumble, but it's picked up by the Piranhas. Looks like a Piranhas lineman comes up a little gingerly. I think that's Ryan Molding. Looks like 3rd and about 4. 3rd and goal from the 4. I believe that's KO as the running back. Austin Green at fullback. Corker at quarterback. Edens to the left. Ball snapped. Handoff to KO. He kind of stutters a little bit. Tries to push in. Looks like he's going nowhere. And will be stopped on the goal line. On the goal line, looks like about the 1 or maybe the half-yard line. Brings up 4th down. The rain continues to pick up here in Nashville as we are in the 2nd of our doubleheader of the Tennessee Football Alliance first round of the playoffs. The winner here will play the Dixon Chaos. Winner of our first game was the the Nashville Raiders, as they won 24-18 over the Clarksville Rattlers. Still an I formation, a run up the middle on 4th down. Does he make it in? Oh, they call a touchdown. That is a touchdown, Piranhas. Looks like by KO with 2:04, they take a 6-0 lead. Touchdown, Piranhas. With a Piranhas team that prides themselves on a strong defense, that is how you're going to win this game. If you are the Piranhas, they have pretty much had the ball for every second of this first quarter, except for the one play that the Fury botched the snap. So it'll be interesting to see how they bounce back. This time down 6, at least 6-0. The Piranhas are in the huddle talking about this 2-point conversion, attempting to make it 8-0. The Fury held the Piranhas offense scoreless in the original meeting, winning the game. The Fury won the game 16-2. Only points for the Piranhas coming off a safety. The Fury looking to bring some heat, but Austin Green is attempting to carry the ball in, and he does not get it. 2-point conversion failed. 2:04 remaining in the first quarter. Piranhas up 6-0. I was curious if I seen a little bit of lightning, but it does not appear so. The Louisville Piranhas are set to kick off. The Fury have 2 returners back deep. Looks like they have Bishop West and Johnson. I apologize. That number 4 is no longer Bishop West. We will refer to him as number 4. 2:04 in the first quarter. The Piranhas have a short kick. Number 1 fields it. Looking to find a lane. Finds a little bit of one. Breaks the tackle. And a nice return will get on the other side of he's not done, but he will be brought down at the 47-yard line. I'll be interested to see who will the quarterback be for the Fury. We didn't see Leonard on the first drive, so I will be seeing if he is in there in the second drive. It looks like the quarterback will be Seth Calhoun. Be interesting to see how he plays. Calhoun with the snap. This time it's on point. Hands off to the running back for a gain of about 3, maybe 4. And that was a hard run by the Fury. Number looks like 36. And that would be Cody Woodmore, one of our players of the game to keep an eye on. Another one would have been Michael Leonard, but we have yet to see any sign of him. Minute and a half remaining in the first quarter. The rain continues to pick up. The Piranhas defense discussing, trying to make corrections. 2 back sets behind Calhoun. Calhoun takes a snap. Hands off again to number 1 for about another gain of 4. And I believe that is Tim Fitzgerald. And a solid run brings up 3rd and 3. This may be 4-down territory for the Tennessee Fury. With the change or the current change at quarterback and this weather, we will see how often the Fury, who have seemed to make a living out of putting the ball in the air, see if they continue to do so or if they change so accordingly. 2 receivers, a tight end, and 2 backs. Calhoun with a snap, drops it, looks to make something out of it, but is brought down after a sack. Looks like a gang of Piranhas. They like to feed in packs, and they did there as well. 20 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Brings up a 4th and 5. Potentially 4-down territory, and we could see the Piranhas go for the Fury go for it here. That may have actually been the last play of the quarter, so we'll flip sides here in the second. Piranhas 6, Tennessee Fury 0. Tennessee, or the Piranhas, I'm sure they have not forgotten how they lost the first game, 16-2, giving up 2 passing touchdowns and scoring no points on their own offense. So the offense now performing much better already than they did. Let's see if they can continue to build and maybe expand this lead, or if Tennessee Fury are able to make the most of this 4th and 5 and continue to play strong. The Piranhas on the field, ready for the next play. Let's see what the Fury come out and do on this 4th, and actually looks about 6. This will be another big opportunity for the Fury. If they can't get this, they will give the Piranhas ball around midfield And for a team that had moved the ball there and ate up most of the first quarter, that isn't really what the Fury have in mind of a game plan. Fury come out. Looks like two backs, a receiver to each side, a tight end. Quarterback pointing out, takes the snap, hands it off. Actually, it looks like, yeah, he does hand it off. It looks like he makes a couple tackles, miss. Number 21, a flag on the play, and not quite sure what that flag is. But the Piranhas defense currently are very excited, and they believe that that will be a turnover on downs. .11 minutes and some change in the second quarter. Piranhas up 6-0. And that will be a holding call on the Fury. Piranhas decline that and will take over on offense. We'll take over on about the 45-yard line, 44, 45-yard line, somewhere along that. And we'll look to add on to this lead. Let's see if they can continue to pound the ball as the weather picks up here. Looks like the Piranhas may be making a little bit of a change at quarterback. Look who might have Michael Thomas in. Let's see if they put the ball up in the air a little bit, even with this weather, if they stay to their run game. Three receivers to the right, one to the left. Receiver still getting set. Thomas calls the cadence. Ball snapped, drops back. Looks over, gets some pressure, puts the ball in the air. It's well overthrown and intercepted. First pass to number 6, and he is gone. Can anybody tackle him? 14 and slams him down. Probably some frustration for that interception. And I said it earlier, do you continue to run the ball and potentially put this away, melt that clock, or do you put it in the air with this weather and predict and have a turnover? Now the Fury are in the best field position they've had all night. I know a lot of Piranha fans, a lot of fans of the TFA was waiting for Thomas to get in the game and show off that arm. He came in, threw some great passes and a touchdown against the number 1 seed Middle Tennessee Bulldogs. Came out tonight, put the ball in the air, and turned it over. So not quite the start I'm sure anyone wanted in the Piranha organization or fan base. Let's see if they continue to stick with him or if they go back to Corker in that ground game and the slower-paced offense. Fury come out, two back set. Appears to be still Calhoun in the backfield. They have a tight end, two receivers. Fury snapped the ball, little multiple handoff. 36 is gaining some yardage and some momentum. But there's a flag, so potentially could be holding. 36 once again, Cody Woodmore, a 6'1" running back. Someone you should certainly keep your eye on if you're unfamiliar with the Fury, or if you are and you're a Fury fan. He's someone that he's a strong performer and one of our key players to watch. If he can get going, that will take some of the pressure off the quarterback questions that are currently sitting. .11 minutes and 4 seconds remaining in the second quarter, and it does appear as if that was a holding on the Fury, and we'll bring up a second, and it looks like it may have been more than holding. 2nd and 25. That is not really where you want to go if you're not putting the ball in the air very much. Let's see if that changes the game plan. See if I believe the Fury have yet to try a pass. I'm not saying that they haven't intended to, just hasn't gone that way. Two backs in the backfield, tight end, two receivers. Fury, the Piranhas load up on the line. It's a keeper. Calhoun looks for a place to go, finds a little bit on the edge, picks up 3 yards, but is met forcefully by a Piranhas defender. And that will bring up a 2nd and about 21. The Fury looking at a 2nd and long. attempting to find some offense currently. Have yet to pick up a first down. 2 running backs to each side, or running back to each side, 2 receivers, a tight end. Oh, false start on this receiver furthest to the left. Not sure who exactly that is. Number 27. That is actually Michael Newbern, 6'2" wide receiver. I'm sure he is hungry to make a play, but we have not seen him to get that chance yet. And that will bring up a 2nd and close to 27, 28. Calhoun still quarterback. 2 running backs in the backfield with him, a tight end, 2 receivers. '18 drops back, attempts his first pass, and it's intercepted. I believe that is Chris Curry, and he is chopped down after a very passionate interception. And it is playoff time here, and the Piranhas are bringing the emotion. The Fury are still looking for answers on offense. We'll bring up a first down. Louisville Piranhas, ball on the 40. 10:04 left in the the second quarter. Fury come out on defense. The Piranhas, Michael Thomas, still quarterback. Let's see if he can build from that interception he threw. 2 receivers to each side. Running back in the backfield. Thomas scans the field, drives his hands off, ready for the snap, takes the snap, drops back, another opportunity, throws it to Nick Basham. It was really uncoordinated. Looked like he might have gotten a little bit of the Gator arms. The ball may have been wet as well. Trips to the right for the Piranhas this time, 2nd and 10. Michael Thomas 0 for 2, but that one was a little bit more on target. He'll try again. 0 for 3, gets a little bit of time, rotates, steps up, rotates to the left. Ball still in hand, looking for something to do with it. Missing tacklers, has to get rid of it, throws it up. Another interception. This is not the start you want. That looks like it's Octavius Murray and is slung down at about the 30. Another turnover by the Piranhas. Mike Thomas currently sitting at 0 for 3, 2 interceptions. Calhoun for the Furies, 0 for 1 interception. This weather is really not the good game to be throwing the ball, and Thomas, with the mix of the weather and the pressure in his face, he probably should have threw that out of bounds. Lesson learned when you're a young quarterback. This is his first year in semi-pro. Woodmore with a run, breaks up, and is finally chopped down after a gain of 10. That's the first down. First down for the Fury. If you are a Piranha, you do not want him to get going. So we need the defense would need to step up a little bit to get that stopped. They've proven that they're struggling a little bit passing the ball. You want to keep them as one-dimensional as possible. Fury still 2 backs, 2 receivers each side, a tight end. Calhoun with a snap, hands off again to Woodmore. Actually he kept it himself and is brought down hard in the backfield. His knees slapped together. 8.5 minutes, second quarter. Fury looking at a 2nd and 13. 2 running backs in the back with Calhoun. 2 receivers to each side, a tight end. Calhoun with the snap. Waiting for it. Got ball come to him. Hands off. Looks like a nice run. And a gain of about 6 for Fitzgerald. If you're the Fury, what you want to do is you want to So if you're the Fury, what you want to do is you want to pick up the run game, keep your defense rested, move the ball, play solid defense, hope that the Piranhas continue to keep passing the ball and taking advantage of that. If you're the Piranhas, you need to stop the run game, force Calhoun to throw the ball, who has currently struggled 0 for 1, and get back to that running game that puts you the only points on the board. Brent, look, we're looking at about a 3rd and 7. I imagine this will be 2-down territory. The Fury getting ready for this big 3rd down play. If you can pick up 3 or 4 yards here, if you're the Fury, that leaves all options for you. You don't want to lose any yards or remain stagnant and force yourself to put the ball in the air in this poor weather conditions. Calhoun with 2 back, a back to each side, a receiver to each side, and a tight end. Woodmore to his left, Fitzgerald to the right. Calhoun with the snap, hands it off to Woodmore, and is brought down. Looks like a minimum gain, if any. And that will bring up 4th down. Fury facing 4th and 8. Stop. Timeout. Timeout by the Fury on this 4th down. This is a big 4th down play for the Fury. Equally as big stop for the Pythons, or the Piranhas, I apologize. If the Piranhas want to be successful, they need to get back to run the ball and move the ball down the field. An interception here or a turnover, even if they were to get the ball here, would eventually play in the favor of the Fury. It is brought to my attention the Fury actually have a kicker. Whether or not they choose to use him in such situation and try to find some points that way and risk it will be yet unseen. Still no word on where the original Fury quarterback, Leonard, is. And watching him throughout the previous games, he has been a very solid passer, makes time in the pocket, takes a hit. We have yet to see him tonight. I'm not even sure if he is at the game, so it'd be very interesting to see if what kind of changes they make at quarterback or kind of adjustments. Fury approach the line on this 4th down play. And just as I spoke about it, it looks like the Fury are going to actually take this risk, maybe of a blocked punt or whatever it may be, and try to get some points. Something that is very rare. The TFA actually had their first field goal last week, and it looks like a penalty, maybe a delay of game or some kind of false start. Nope. Substitution infraction on the Fury. Looks like they ran a man off too late. That will actually back them up. Let's see if they still continue to take this field goal, giving the additional yardage and the trajectory that the ball is going to take to make it. Actually, it looks like the ref is waving that off. So they will continue to keep the team out there, the Fury out there, the special teams and kick. Another penalty on the floor on the field. The Piranhas seem much more confident about this one. False start. Let's see if this one holds. They may choose to take. The refs continue to work this out, so attempting to see what they finally go with. Looks like they are going to make a call. False start on the Fury. Back them up 5 yards. Let's see if they still continue to go for it. Number 9 is the kicker. He was the one that had the opening kickoff. That is Austin Jones. He's also a 6'2" wide receiver and quarterback. Yet to see any playing time at quarterback, but he has played most of the game at wide receiver. We have 7 minutes and some change in the second quarter. After a pretty fast-paced first quarter, the second one has slowed down, and they are still continuing to go for this. And another delay by the refs. The refs are still trying to straighten some things out. Not 100% sure what exactly is going on. The refs still sorting everything out. Calling the play, or calling the time to play. Jones still for the kick. Looks it down. Ball snapped. We are going for it. And it is blocked, or at least a failed attempt. I'm not 100% sure what exactly that had been considered. Oh, that will be a penalty on the Piranhas, so they will get another chance to move it in 5 yards closer. About 4th and 9. Fury ready to try the field goal again. Piranhas crowd the line, leaving 2 back for a potential fake. Ball snapped. It's a high snap, but he will get it off, and he will miss. He had the distance, but he was way left. So that will be no good. Even though that was the miss, if you're the Fury, you may want to consider trying that again because it had plenty of distance, had plenty of leg, was just a little inaccurate. And the Piranhas are set to take over on offense at about the 25-yard line. 7:03 left in the second quarter. Piranhas 6, Fury nothing. 1st and 10. Piranhas in the huddle. Let's see if they continue to go with Thomas at quarterback or if they make the change back to Corker. Okay, it looks like they have made the change back to Corker after an 0-for-3 start by Thomas. 2 receivers to each side. Handoff to D'Angelo Thomas. Flag on the play after a small gain of about 4. Could be potential Piranha holding on Piranhas, and it is. But they only had like 3 home games last year. And that backs them up to about a 1st and 20. Piranha's backs against the wall. Looking for some momentum on offense. They had a quick They had a nice drive to start the game out. Went to the passing, and ball snapped. It looks like it's a toss to D'Angelo Thomas. He makes the guy miss. Tries to clear a guy. Does clear a guy. Breaks another tackle. Makes to the sideline. Is trucking over other people and picks up the yard and some. A big run by D'Angelo Thomas will be enough for the first down. Picks up about 23. And that will be first down Piranhas. 6:30 left in the second quarter. That was a strong run by the third-year man out of Louisville. Corker at quarterback. Two receivers to each side. Thomas in the backfield. Fury have one high safety. Corker with the snap. Keeps it. Looks for a place to go. Makes a man miss, but is brought down for about a gain of 1, if that. Bringing up a 2nd and 9. The rain continues to come down, and it looks like the Piranhas are getting back to the run game. And if anything is saying continue to feed me the ball, it is D'Angelo Thomas picking up 23 yards after 3 straight incomplete passes. Approaching 5.5 minutes in the second quarter. Piranhas, 2 receivers to the right, 2 receivers to the left, and a running back in the back. Looks like that's KO back in the backfield. Corker directing traffic. Second and 9. Corker gets the ball. A toss. Keeps it up the middle. Picks up the first down and slides for a couple more yards, but he'll be called down after the first down. Be the first down on about the 48. 5 minutes left in the second quarter. That was a great fake. Everyone went with KO thinking there was a toss, and Corker kept it for a gain of 10. First and 10. A little momentum back to the Piranhas after they stalled there in the first half of the quarter. Once again, 2 receivers to the right. Corker in the backfield with KO at running back. A little bit of a high snap, still hands off, and is chopped down after about a small gain of 1. Looking at about a 2nd down and 9. Trips to the right for the Piranhas. Up a 2nd down. 3 receivers to the right. Thomas back in the backfield. Corker will keep the ball, looks for a hole, but it's chopped down for a no gain or maybe even a loss. The field continues to muddy up a little bit due to the weather that we're experiencing here. It's a very cool night, a good night for football if the rain would just hold up, but it looks like it's here to stay. Piranhas now looking at a 3rd and 10. This potentially could be an additional, could be potentially another 2-down territory for the Piranhas. Really depends on what they get this first play or this 3rd down play. Ideally, you would like to gain about 5 if you're going for it on 4th down. Corker with a step. Another toss to D'Lo. Makes a man miss. Slips and is brought down for a loss of 5. Looks like The Fury may have sniffed that play out, and the Fury have actually a player down. 2:06 remaining in the second quarter.
Hey, Matt.
2 minutes and 6 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Score 6-0. Piranhas lead. After a pretty strong drive early in the first quarter for the Piranhas to take the lead, we've seen pretty lackluster offense by both teams. Could be a heavy factor from this weather. Michael Thomas is actually in to punt, it appears, looking to pin the Fury back. The Piranhas trying to get everything figured out. Looks like that is the 2-minute warning. That is the 2-minute warning. The Piranhas 6, Fury nothing. The Piranhas trying to gather everything up for this punt team. We want to thank everyone for watching, for sticking with us in this game. I hope you watched the first game of the Nashville Raiders versus the Clarksville Rattlers. Final score of 24-18. Raiders won and will advance to play the Middle Tennessee Bulldogs. The winner of this game will advance to play the Dixon Chaos. Both these teams have faced Dixon Chaos, and both teams have lost. Piranhas played them earlier and lost 20-0, and the Fury lost in a shootout, 34-28. A nice punt and bounce by Michael Thomas. It almost slipped by the Fury, but it's hawked down by the Piranhas, and that will bring up first down for the Piranhas back on about their 20-yard line. 1 minute and 49 seconds left in the second quarter. The score is 6-0. Piranhas lead. If you are just joining us, the game started out. Weather started picking up right before this game. The Piranhas had an early 3-and-out. The Fury fumbled the ball or had a high snap on their first play, which allowed the Piranhas to pound the ball in after a fairly steady drive of the run and take a 6-0 lead. A couple of turnovers for both teams later. We found ourselves at 1 minute and 49 seconds in the second quarter. 6-0 lead Piranha. Fury come back out. One running back. Calhoun. Two receiver in the slot. 23 in motion. A wide snap. It looks like it's a handoff to number 23. Cuts back in, but is hit hard by a Piranha's defender. That is a gain of about, actually it looked like no gain at all for number 23, Kiersey Johnson. The rain continues to pick up here in Nashville. And this first round, the second of a doubleheader of the first round of the TFA playoffs. 1 minute and 7 seconds left in the half. Two back to each side. Calhoun with a off snap, reels it in, breaks a tackle, but it will be knocked down eventually at the line of scrimmage, bringing up third down. Looks like some extracurricular. We'll draw a flag. Not sure if it's on the Piranhas or the Fury. Neither team can afford it. If it is on the Fury, it will put them in an even worse field position. If it's on the Piranhas, it will be an automatic first down and give the Fury life again, and if anything, improve the field position. Looks like number 25 for the Piranhas may have gotten into an extracurricular with the ref is giving the play. It looks like it was on the Piranhas, and it will be a 15-yard penalty and automatic first down. As we stated all night, it's playoff time, emotions running high. If you can channel those properly, you'll have a huge game. If not, you could hinder your team greatly. 52 seconds left in the second quarter. First down and 10. Ball on about the 28. The rain continues to fall. The Piranhas defense overall has played strong and true Piranha nature, has attacked all one and attacked whoever's carrying the ball. Cody Woodmore has been the brightest side from the offense of the Fury. Now on defense, D'Lo Thomas is the leading man, but the Fury has taken opportunity when the Piranhas have chosen to put the ball in the air. If the Piranhas continue to put the ball in the air, then the Fury can continue to capitalize. They may actually find themselves putting points on the board or find themselves great field position. If the Piranhas continue to pound the ball and kill the clock, they may come out with a win, even if it is 6-0. Two back to each side, tight end, two receivers. Calhoun calling the cadence, makes the snap, hands it off to Woodmore. Woodmore making a couple guys miss, gets in the middle of that mud. He could have had some momentum, but that mud will really slow you down. Definitely an equalizer for a big guy like him. 46 seconds. Looks like the Fury may just call this safe and continue to run the ball. Maybe get a little risky as the time gets down low, but considering how they failed to move the ball through the air. Slayer, the tight end, moving from right to left. Ball snap. Calhoun hands off again to number 1. Pushes the man down, but ends up falling down with him, and that might be enough for the first down. And looks like that will be a timeout for the Fury. 15.5 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Tim Fitzgerald on that last carry. Actually a third down and 1. The Piranhas defense looking to make a stop on this third and short. Fury may attempt to put the ball in the air here as we sit at 19 seconds. The score is 6-0 Piranhas still. Rain continuing to fall here. Fury set to getting back in their offensive formation. They are in the middle of that muddy field, so not a lot of cutting room. You're going to have to plant a foot and go. Slayer lines up out wide to the left. 3 receivers to the right. We could see a screen to this back receiver. Calhoun with the snap. Looks at the receiver, but throws it incomplete. And runs a little bit of time off that clock. That was a forward pass, so that will be an incomplete pass and bring up 4th and 1. Next motherfucker yell at me is going to get running about the whole game. Brings up a 4th and 1. Looks like that was a kind of a smart play to kind of get the ball going a little bit. Wasn't able to make the connection. Still, the passing struggles continue for both teams, but currently the Fury come back. Look like they might actually be missing a receiver. 2 receivers in the back, a tight end to the right, another receiver to the right. Hands off to number 23, gets a little bit of momentum, gets the first down, be pulled down 11 seconds, 10 seconds. That looks like that, unless they call a timeout, that will be the first half And Piranhas will go into halftime with a 6-0 lead. Kind of played it safe on that last one. We'll be back in the second half of this really defensive struggle in this weather to see how this turns out. We are set for the second half kickoff. Piranhas up 6-0. Piranhas set to kick the ball off. The Fury have looked like about 3 guys deep, potentially all divided up into thirds of the field. 27 moves up a little bit, leaving number 4 back there alone. The rain has definitely picked up here right in time for kickoff, so the already questionable field conditions are surely to get worse. Piranha's currently looking for a ball. Fury wanting a flag for it. The Piranhas, the rain continues to fall. This game offensively will no doubtedly get uglier as the time goes on. The ball is kicked, fielded by the Fury. Number 4, he cuts to the right. The Piranha comes diving in to make the hit, misses, and finally gets brought down at around the 38-yard line. Number 4 on the return. Fury ready for a 1st and 10. Fury set on 1st and 10. Calhoun, Fitzpatrick, and Woodmore in the backfield. Michael Newbern and Jones on the outside. Slayer at tight end. Ball was snapped, but a delay whistle. Same personnel. Newbern to the left. Slayer in the tight end. Calhoun with the snap. Handoff. And after about a gain of 5 is cut down. That is that's number 1 Fitzgerald. And that will bring up defense lined up in the neutral zone. Penalty on the Piranhas will bring up a 1st and 5. Jones lined up to the left. Calhoun with the snap. Hands off to, it looks like number 23 for a gain of about 3. And the play has been blown dead. Just under 11 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. We're looking at a 2nd and about 6. Newbern back on the left. Slayer at tight end. 2 backs in the backfield. Calhoun with the snap. Hands off to Fitzgerald. And he's fighting for more yardage, but looks like will be taken down after a gain of 3. Bring up a 3rd down. That'll bring up third down and third and about 5. Jones lined up back out here on the left. Slayer at tight end. 2 backs. Joe in the backfield. Calhoun ready for the snap. Piranhas in the box, expecting the run. Calhoun with a misdirection. And it is a loss. And another big tackle by the Piranhas. Passionate Piranha players. Brings up a 4th down. Big 4th down for the Piranhas. Looks like they are set to punt. McMurray back for the punt. The rain has lightened up a little bit here as the quarter progresses. McMurray fields the low snap, drops it a little bit. It is blocked by the Piranhas. The ball continues to roll. Here comes Chris Curry trying to scoop it up, and he does, and he is brought down at about the 3 or 4 yard line. Great play by the Piranhas special teams, putting the Piranhas offense in great field position. Flag on the play. Flag on the play. Refs talking and sorting everything out. Looks like it will be on the Piranhas. Piranhas taking over. Ball on about the 11-yard line. Michael Thomas back in the game. D'Angelo Thomas at running back. 2 receivers to each side. Rain picking back up. Ball's snapped. Michael Thomas keeps it, looks for some places, breaks a tackle, picks up a couple more, and is chopped down after a gain of about 3. Walking off the field a bit gingerly. Looks like he may have been shaken up on that last play. 2nd and about 8 for the Piranhas. For a 2-yard run by Michael Thomas. D'Angelo Thomas in the backfield. 3 receivers to the right. Nick Basham on the outside. Daz Morris on the inside slot. Thomas scans the field. Ball snapped. Drops back. Looks for somewhere to go. Gets some pressure. Has a guy, and it's knocked out of his hands at the last minute. Looks like the pass was intended to Nick Basham. And that will bring up a 3rd and 8. 7 minutes and 9 seconds remaining in the third quarter. 6-0 Piranhas. Michael Thomas leading the Piranhas offense as the Parain picks back up once again. 3 receivers to the left. Nick Basham to the right. D'Angelo Thomas in the backfield. Michael Thomas drops back, looks at a guy, swoops up, looking for a place to go, carrying the ball like a loaf of bread, and gets pulled down after another small gain of about 3. Rain continuing to pick up here. Now, the one good thing about the previous two games, there wasn't too much damage to the field done at each red zone area, so that's about the best spot of the field to be in. And we are looking at a 4th and 4 for the Piranhas. Both Thomases in the backfield, 2 receivers to each side. Oh, it looks like that is actually Corker at quarterback. And a penalty on the Fury. That could be enough for the and that penalty on the Fury will be enough for a Piranha's first down, bringing up 1st and goal on the 4-yard line. 5 minutes and 45 seconds remaining. Corker back at quarterback. D'Angelo Thomas to his right. 2 receivers to each side. Ref's talking some things out currently. Five minutes remaining in the third quarter. 3 receivers to the left this time. Basham, the lone receiver, to the right. Thomas in the backfield at running back. Refs still appear to be working things out. Ref resetting the game clock to 5 minutes and 10 seconds in the third quarter. Ref has blown the signal to resume play. Trips to the right. Thomas in motion. Empty backfield for Corker. Corker on a QB sneak. The hole opened up, but it closed quickly. No sign yet. Looks like it might be enough for a first down. Looks like that it did not give the first down on the penalty. So it is now 1st and goal. Piranha sending in a heavier package for this first goal line play on 1st and goal from about the 1-yard line. Clock continues to tick down. 4 minutes and some change in the third quarter. Piranhas in an offset eye. Green and Thomas in the backfield. Ball was fumbled on the snap. Not sure who had come up with it. Both teams signaling their ball. No signal yet from the ref. It looks like it will continue to be Piranha's ball. 2nd down. The weather continues to fall, and Piranhas are looking for a dry ball currently. We're approaching 3.5 minutes in the third quarter. Second and goal from the 2. Piranhas back in the I formation. Green and Thomas in the backfield. Ball's handed off to Thomas. Makes a cut and is caught down. But after the touchdown Piranhas. Expands the lead to 12-0. Piranhas take a 12-0 lead. 3 minutes and 28 seconds remaining. They're set to go for a 2-point conversion. Piranhas back in the I formation. Fury crowd the line of scrimmage. Another handoff to Thomas. Makes a man miss. Looks like there might be a flag on the play, or no, there's not. And that is a 2-point conversion good, once again, by D'Angelo Thomas. Piranhas now lead 14-0. Piranhas set to kick off. 3.5 remaining in the third. Piranhas up 14-0. On both the Piranha touchdown drives, they have milked majority of the clock. The Fury now have to score as quickly as possible or try to find some momentum. Looks like we are having some difficulty with the lighting. Looks like we are experiencing some difficulties with the lighting. We still have enough lights to play. And it looks like the refs agree with me. Short kick, flip back. Fury trying to make the most out of this. It gets chopped down at about the 50. The Piranhas are certainly excited, but I imagine the Fury are not a team to go back. A little extracurricular, and the flags are flying. More flags. This is not what you want in a playoff game. The refs are attempting to straighten everything out. The refs are still attempting to straighten everything out. Refs still straightening everything out. Both teams very passionate this evening. Looks like it's unsportsmanlike on both teams. Offsetting penalties, and we'll start here at the 50. Let's see if any of that extracurricular activity carries any momentum over to one side or the other. The Fury, 2 receivers to the left, tight end, and a lone receiver to the right. 1 running back in the back. Calhoun, ready for the snap. Ball snap. Hands off number 23 is brought down after a gain of 2. Who's 23? Number 23, Casey Johnson. Three minutes remaining in the third quarter. (14-0) Piranhas. Second and about 8. Two receivers to the left. Calhoun with the snap. Brings it into number 4. Number 4 hits the edge, meets the defender heads up, and is brought down after 8. Gets in the face of some Piranhas and wants his point made. Don't need any more penalties for either side. Approaching 2 minutes in the third quarter. Third and 4. Looks like the refs assessed a warning to both sides. Calhoun with the snap. Hands to number 4 again. Just the ball. Hits the hole. It might be enough for the first down. Fury are finding some momentum. And it looks like that might be enough for the first down. First down, Fury, number 4. Minute and a half in the third quarter. Fury still sticking to their game plan of running the ball, and still plenty of time remaining in this game. Entire quarter, an additional minute. Fury back in their traditional set. A running back to each side, tight end, and 2 receivers. Calhoun with the snap. Hands off to Fitzgerald. Looks like a minimum gain of about 1. We are now in the final minute of the third quarter. Piranha's trying to get a man off the field real quick. Looks like he gets off just in time. Fumble by the Fury, however. Looks like he's dragged down after about a loss. Brings up a 3rd and 10. 7 seconds remaining. Looks like we may not get a playoff in the final quarter. And that is the end of the third quarter. Piranhas 14, Fury 0. When we come back for the fourth quarter, it will be Fury 3rd and 10. Fury enter the fourth quarter, 3rd and 9. Calhoun with a snap. Handoff to number 4, cuts back, but finds an edge. Looks to get about 5 yards of the total run. He may have gotten a little more than that. He looks to call the first down, but I don't believe he had enough for it. Fury facing a 4th and 6. Big play for both sides. If the Fury want to cut in this lead, they're going to need to score here, or at least pick this first down up. Fury with the snap, hands the ball to number 4. Number 4 finds a run and slides. Blame that on the middle of the field. He had a little bit of room, but it won't matter. A little under 11 minutes remaining in the game here. Piranhas 14, Fury 0. I would imagine the Piranha will stick to the run game and try to milk this clock. Corcoran at quarterback, two receivers to each side. Thomas in the backfield, ball snapped, handoff to D'Angelo Thomas, cuts up the middle, about a gain of 5. I believe it's safe to say we are going to see a heavy dose of D'Angelo Thomas in this final 10.5 minutes. Actually looks about like a gain of 4. Piranha's looking at a 2nd and 6. Piranhas trips to the right. Thomas still in the backfield with Corker. Corker checking, putting Morris in motion. Ball snap, hand to Thomas, cuts to the right, makes a man miss, gets an angle on another Fury player, picks up the first down, trunning over everybody, keeps going, fumbles the ball, but gets it back, and is finally touched down. A lot of things going on in that play. But at the end, it finished well for the Piranhas, and D'Angelo Thomas picks up about a gain of 20. 9.5 remaining in the game. Piranha's strong run game, allowing them to continue to play the style they want to play. We are now under 9 minutes, 14-0 Piranhas. 2 receivers to each side. Corker hands off. Number 3 breaks the tackle, but is brought down after a loss. Piranhas looking at a 2nd and 10. The winner of this game progressing to play the Dixon Chaos next weekend. Just a reminder, the Chaos have played and beaten both of these teams. Piranhas, 2 receivers to each side. Corker with a toss to the right. Looks like nowhere to go, getting into that part of the field where there's no traction and brought down. Sounds like a little extra curricular activity going on down there. There's very high emotional times. One team will advance on and one team's season will be over, at least for both of these teams. They are both playing in the summer. Piranha's now facing about a 3rd and 13. Thomas back in the backfield. 2 receivers to each side. Corker at quarterback. Offensive line getting set. We are now approaching 6 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in the game. Ball snapped. Hand off to Thomas. Hop steps, makes someone miss, and gains about maybe 1 at the most. Fourth down and about 14 for the Piranhas. I imagine they may attempt to go for it here. A first down here would allow the Piranhas to milk quite a bit more clock. If a stop by the Fury would allow them to take over around midfield, around the 40, and attempts to cut into this lead. It seems like it was a confusion play at the snap. Either way, it looks like the Fury will take over. It'll be first down. 5 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in the game. 14-0. Piranhas still in the lead. Fury back out, and the 2 back with Fitzgerald and Woodmore. Fury, another small run, minimal gain. Fury lineup, two-back set. Slayer at tight end. Number 20 lined up out left. High snap. Muffed. Will be fumbled. Scooped up. Tries to make a play and slips. And looks like the loss of about 6. That, once again, is not the place you want to try to be cutting and going sideways. Once you get in that area, you want to get what you can get. And we are now approaching 4.5 minutes in the game. Piranhas 14, Fury 0. Fury lined up, two-back set, tight end and on the left, receiver on each side. Calhoun with a high snap, looks to pass again. It's tipped and almost intercepted by Michael Scott. That will bring up 4th and about 16. Fury preparing for their 4th down play. Timeout for the Fury. When they come back, it'll be 4th and 16. Piranhas return for their 4th down. Looking at about 16 yards to pick up the first. 4:09 remaining in the game. 27 on the right side, number 9 on the left. Slayer at tight end, two-back set. Calhoun ready for the snap. Piranhas picking the first down. Calhoun kept it and is brought down. And that will be a turnover on downs. Piranhas set to take over. 4 minutes remaining in the game. Piranhas set to take over at about the 30. Thomas set to return at the game and running back. Michael Thomas at quarterback. Piranhas 4 minutes and 2 seconds away from their first playoff victory and a date next weekend with the Dixon Chaos to try to avenge a 20. Toss to D'Angelo Thomas. Someone slips, trucks the guy. A small gain, but a powerful run. Bring up a second and about 6, perhaps. The Piranhas come out, trips to the left, one receiver to the right. Michael Thomas under center with D'Angelo Thomas in the backfield. Toss to the left. D'Angelo try to control the ball, cuts back into the middle. And a small gain, if any. And that will bring up 3rd down. Oh, we are having some problems. It appears as if the stadium lights are catching on fire. Everyone is moving out of the way to safety. Three minutes remaining in the game. Michael Thomas under center. Ball snap. A fake. Slides. Can't be brought down. And is finally brought down after a potential attempt to pass. And that will be the last play until the 2-minute warning. Piranhas looking at a 3rd and 15. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Thomas in the backfield with Mike. High snap. Goes to pass, but they'll call the play dead. They'll bring up a 4th and about 18. Minute and 40 seconds remaining in the game. Piranhas line up on a 4th down. Trips to the right, left. Looks like it. Michael Thomas breaking free and gaining about 2, and that'll be a turnover on downs. And the Fury will take over with 49 seconds left, down 14-0. Next week's matchups will be the Nashville Raiders versus the Middle Tennessee Bulldogs, and the Louisville Piranhas versus the Dixon Chaos. Please visit the Tennessee Football Alliance Facebook page for further times and information. And that will do it. The final game, 14-0. Louisville Piranhas win. Recap of 2 rushing touchdowns, one in the first quarter and one in the third. And that will be the final of this game, 14-0.